Hey you guys, it's Crystal from the Abundantly Blessed Homestead. Tonight's Tuesday night. We're going to do our live cooking class. We are making a recipe that is not mine and it's not inside my cookbook. It is by The Lazy Dish. I found it on Pinterest. It just looked really good. It's chicken enchiladas, so we're going to make those tonight. I've never made it this way. I do have a recipe in my cookbook for chicken enchiladas, but it's different than this one. And I figured it would just be fun to make a different variation of chicken enchiladas. So that's what we're going to be making tonight. We're going to get going, I promise. I've already made up tortillas. I have sourdough tortillas keeping warm back there in the red Dutch oven. And then I've made my grain-free tortillas. Both these recipes are inside my cookbook, and actually both of them are here on the channel. This one is the keto grain-free tortillas. If you are gluten intolerant or have someone who's gluten intolerant or just can't handle bread very well, this is an amazing option, you guys, because look, I mean, they are just so bendable. They're so much more bendable than flour tortillas. And these are completely cooled off. These are not hot. They remain bendable even after cooling. Totally keto. An amazing option for low carb. So we're going to be using some of these tonight too for myself. Hey Rhonda, you made it! That's awesome. Hey Jackie. Anyways, we're going to be using both the sourdough tortillas and the grain-free tortillas tonight. This is a pretty easy recipe. Well, at least it seems like it. I've never made it before, so it just looks good. So we're just going to give it a try here. I'm going to be using my home canned chicken. So this is already cooked chicken. Just makes it fast and easy. If you had leftover chicken that you could shred, you could use that as well. Totally an option. And I've got like a partial jar here that I'm going to use as well. I'm going to be doubling this recipe because, well, I'm anticipating it being really good. And I like to have leftovers. So we're going to get started. I'm so glad you guys are here. All right, so I just have a big bowl, and the first step is to get the chicken into the bowl. You need 3 cups of cooked and shredded chicken. This recipe is supposed to fill 8 tortillas, but for me, I just always seem to have extra filling. I don't know. I mean, I suppose if you use store tortillas, they are a little bit larger. You would probably not need as much. Or would need more, I mean, filling. But with my tortillas, since they're homemade, they're not going to be, you know, huge 10-inch perfect tortillas. So I end up with extra stuffing all the time. All right, so that's about 4 cups. All right, 4 cups. I'm going to go grab one more jar of chicken, because that one doesn't smell right. So we're going to grab a different one just to be safe. My helper has arrived. Nevaeh's in the house. All right, so I'm going to do half of a jar of this because, like I said, I'm doubling the recipe. So you guys just need a total of 3 cups to make 8. Fill 8 tortillas. This is our homegrown chicken. We did Freedom Rangers again this year. And I try to can as much as I can so that our freezers have more room. Okay. Next step would be cream cheese, which is back here softening. You guys are going to need 4 ounces of cream cheese. We need a whole stick because we're doubling. Hey, Alexis! All right, well, since you're just popping on for a minute, Alexis, I will say what I need to say today, like right now while you're on, so don't jump off. So, I've been hiding a secret. Sorry, Alexis. I'm going to say sorry before I say this. I am pregnant with baby number 6. I've kept it under wraps because we waited till Christmas to tell our children and even my parents. So everyone knows now, including you guys. So I'm going to be doing some videos specifically on that and specifically on how I see the channel changing a little bit. And so I am in my second trimester, so if you guys start to see a baby bump, woo, okay, that's what's going on. Crystal's not putting on any weight. Well, I am, but it's baby. So anyway, that's what's happening. Like I said, I plan to do a video on that. I plan to continue on with my cavity healing, although I don't expect much healing because my body's putting its nutrients into making a baby. But I still am going to try and go as low grain as possible and as low carb as possible. I know that some carbs are required in pregnancy, so obviously I'll be watching that carefully. But still going to have some similar meals happening. All right. You want to smash it all?
No.
No. Oh my goodness. All right. So we are going to mix in 2 teaspoons of garlic. You want to do that? I get a teaspoon first. There you go. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Go for it. You're such a good helper, Nevaeh. Oh my goodness. Thank you, you guys. Thanks, Rhonda and Jackie and Alexis. It's a surprise, baby. It was not planned. In fact, I got rid of all of my baby stuff. So I'm going to be buying all of my baby stuff again. I thought for sure we were done with William. And in fact, things never were happening, if you know what I mean. And so, okay, we get 5 kids. That's fine. And then this one was a definite surprise. So, all right. 2 teaspoons of garlic. Oh, wait, we need 4, baby girl, because we're doubling. Sorry. Anyway, so that's what's been going on in my world. I've been pressing through. Like I said, I'm so happy even to the second trimester because the first one was horrible. So I'm glad to be here. Okay. And then we need 1 cup of, you guys need 1 cup of cheddar cheese.
We need 2.
We need 2. So I just got done grating this. This is the cheese from Azure Standard. And probably just use this. So a little bit of water in it. Okay. 1 cup, which is 2 cups for us.
William, you want a cheese ball?
Can't wait to see where the channel goes. I'll have to get off. Love to all. Hey, Alexis. Love you too, girl. We're still going to have our Tuesday night cooking classes. It's just things will be a little different when it comes to meal prep videos. There's going to be a lot more videos now that I'm in the second trimester and have my energy back. It was a rough first trimester, you guys, and that's why the only videos up on my channel are the videos of the live cooking classes, and that's it, because that's all I could do. It was all I could do just to exist for the last 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. Let alone, film videos for you guys. I know that there's a long list of videos. People have requested, like, cavity updates and all sorts of stuff, and I see your comments and everything, but I could not take it on until we got over the hump and I started feeling better. So anyway, that video, I'm going to make it. I plan to make it and get it up here this week, just discussing my pregnancy and kind of things I've been going through, and then also where the channel's going to be going. All right, so I just mixed this up, guys, with my hands even. It's nice and messy. All right, Nevaeh, do you want to get out 2 13x9 glass pans? And you can lard them up, honey bun. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. This is just the stuffing for the tortillas. As soon as I find a blank spot to set it. There we go. That'll work. And Nevaeh is going to be greasing the 13x9 pans, and we're going to start.
You want to?
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's playing with ducks.
Oh, ducks in the bathroom. Okay. We're going to start on the sauce. I'm gonna move you guys over here just for a second. Okay, so
Lard on it?
hang on. Yep, lard. It's in the refrigerator. I got inspired by watching Leanne over at, not Leanne, Joanne. Oh, Joanne, you're gonna see this and you're gonna say, you forgot my channel name. That's not gonna work, is it? It's not tall enough. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna move you again.
Where are you moving it?
Right here. Sorry, guys. I got inspired. I forget the name of her channel now. Darn it. Anyway, I'll link it down below after the live class. But anyway, I got inspired because she has her camera over here when she does her cooking videos. And you can just see the pot so much better. But I'm going to have to get a taller stool if I want to do that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this pan over medium heat. You're going to need something a little bit deeper than a skillet because we're going to be making the sauce to go on top.
Here, I can use it.
Oh yeah, I suppose you can do it that way, huh? Look at that, it's taller, automatic. All right, so medium heat. And we need 3 tablespoons of butter, but I'm going to do 6. Because I'm doubling the recipe. 3 tablespoons of butter. And I can link this recipe in the description box below too after the live. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to let this melt. And then if you're avoiding thickeners or starches, just hold on and we can add extra cheese at the end. But I'm going to go ahead and use cassava flour as a thickener for the sauce. So the butter's just melting away here. How was everybody's Christmas? Ours was kind of wild because I told everybody I was pregnant and no one expected it. Oh my goodness. We can preheat the oven to 350 degrees too while we wait. Make sure the oven's empty. It is. Perfect. We had a good Christmas though, didn't we, Nevaeh? You had fun? We made those gingerbread, sourdough gingerbread cookies that I posted that recipe up under the community page here on the channel. Also not my recipe, but absolutely delicious. We did that, and then we did the cream cheese frosting recipe out of my cookbook. So. All right, so our butter's melted. I'm going to go ahead and grab the cassava flour. You could use cornstarch if you'd like. Or if you're not doing any thickener, hold off. I'll tell you when to add more cheese. Okay, so we need 3 tablespoons of your thickener of choice, which is going to be 6 tablespoons on my end because I'm doubling the recipe. A vicious farm dog out front must have seen a rabbit or a cat, huh? I also wanted to say that in any future videos where I will be using milk that happens to be RAW, I will either spell it or I will be holding up a piece of paper with the word RAW on it. Last week's live was cut off because I used that word. So I'm going to try not to use it. Ridiculous. All right. Now to this we add taco seasoning and then some broth. So we have a recipe for taco seasoning up here on the channel, or if you have my cookbook, it is in the seasoning section. You need 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning. And I'm doubling it here. And then I'm going to whisk it and we're going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. Did you need something, Bethers?
Yeah, she's in for a while.
Oh, yeah. William's is in the bathroom playing with his rubber duckies in the sink. I probably don't want to see what's going on in there. Okay, this is my homemade canned chicken broth. If you're not using homemade, home canned, you're looking for about 14.5 ounces of chicken broth. Like I said, I'm doubling this, so I'm going to pour it on in. Pour it about half, and we're going to whisk, and I'll add the other half. There's a definite discussion happening inside the bathroom about rubber duckies in a sink. What's going on in there? Y'all having a party with your rubber duckies? You think they're fighting about the rubber? They wouldn't fight about the rubber duckies, would they?
Oh, yes, they would.
Oh.
They'd be fighting if it was a girl or a boy.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they'll fight over a name this time, huh? All right, so we're going to let this come back up to a simmer. All right, I got to get the can opener out. Can you scoot your leg, babe? All right. Good job on greasing the 13x9 pans with lard. So while this is coming back up to a simmer, we're going to go ahead and add a can of diced green chilies. I'm going to be doubling that, but the recipe calls for 1 can. If you're afraid of spice, I love introducing people to green chilies because they just assume that it's going to be hot like a chili pepper, but it's not. It's a nice spice without burning your taste buds off. It smells so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm doubling. Okay. We're just waiting for this to come back up to a simmer to see how thick it is. I'm following her recipe, but I might end up adding a little bit more thickener. We'll just have to see here. Wait for it to come up to a simmer. These homemade tortillas came out good. They're always thick. I can never get them thin. They turned out way smaller, though, than the grain-free ones. It's just the texture. But what I have learned about sourdough tortillas in cooking is that if you knead them for 5 minutes in your freestanding mixer, when you're first making the dough, they will not shrink back when you cook them, and they will not shrink back after being pressed. So that will help you get larger tortillas. This eventually is going to come to a simmer, and then it'll just be a miracle. That's what's going to happen. All right. Just waiting. This is kind of boring. Okay, so we can start filling tortillas with the mixture. You ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
While we wait for this to come up to a simmer, let's move the people back a little, and we'll let you have at it. How does that sound? Okay. I think it's like that channel, The Busy Life or something. Oh, I'm going to kick myself that I can't remember what the name of the channel is for Joanne. But anyway, so the first pan, Nevaeh, is going to be for you guys. So we're going to try and get 10 of them in there. Okay. Nice and warm, so love the smell of them. Okay, so you're going to fill it on up. Got to make sure they have something to look at here, Nevaeh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to angle it down just a little bit more so they can see you. There you go. All right, Nevaeh, go ahead.
Not necessary.
Well, they can't see you. They can see what you're doing. We'll say it that way. And I'm just going to keep on whisking over here so that the flour doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan and start burning it. Waiting for the sauce to come back up to a simmer. Oh, you don't want to touch it?
No way.
Oh my. Okay. Want me to help you?
Sir.
I'll touch it.
You can touch it. No, I am not. No, I am, because I'm going to.
So because these are smaller tortillas, guys, I'm just going to put a little in there, or we're just going to fold them in half. If you're using store-bought tortillas, you sure could roll them on up. Okay. And then we're just stacking them in the, whoopsie, hello. Stacking them in the pan here. I'm grabbing the rest of the 10. I made a big batch of tortillas so that we can get 10 of them done in each pan, so the kids can each have 2. My husband and I are both trying to stay as low carb as possible.
He's not really doing good though.
He's not doing very good, but we love you anyway, Daddy. It's just the it's gonna be all right. Just in case he ever watches this, which sometimes he does. Sometimes he tunes in. Whoa, that one's opening back on up. There we go. Okay, this sauce actually did thicken up, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. So those amounts are perfect even for grain-free. We got this under control here. Okay. So I'm going to scoot them back up a little bit so they can see the back here. Excuse me, Nivea. Okay, so we're back over here with the sauce. Nivea's going to keep on working on filling tortillas. So to the sauce, we're going to go ahead and add half of a cup of cheese, which in my case is going to be a whole cup. Cheddar cheese. You could also use Monterey Jack if you want. I think the recipe actually calls for Monterey Jack, but I don't have any Monterey Jack, so we're doing cheddar. And then we need 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. I'm going to eyeball this, you guys. I need 1.5 cups, so we're going to go there. Sure, it's going to taste good no matter how much I just put in there. I'm going to go ahead and stir this around. It's nice and thick. It thickened up nicely. It just took a few minutes for it to come back up to a simmer. Yum! Okay, like I said, we have our oven preheating to 350 degrees. The sauce is done. How many you got in there?
10.
You got 10? Okay.
Yeah, 10.
Okay. All right, so next step is, let's bring it all the way, there we go. Next step is to scoop the sauce onto the enchiladas. Nice thick sauce, guys. Look at that. Check that out. This is pretty similar to my recipe in my cookbook, but like I said, not exact. Mine has green chilies in it as well. Okay. What's up?
Delicious sauce.
Delicious, yeah? Nevaeh says the sauce is really good, guys. Oh my goodness. All right, so then this is going to go in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven. So we're going to add the first one right now. We got to move that rack up. All right, hang on. Got to move my rack up in my oven. You're going to want your rack to be about in the middle. You put it down too low, your stuff will burn. Okay. In goes the first one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the second one, which is our grain-free. You got that one ready to go? Awesome. Grain-free keto tortillas. Okay. You ready? So there's way too many on there. There's way more than 10. So I think there might be 12 if I remember right. No, there's 11. I think there's 11. One left over? Well, that was going to be a lonely one then. Well, let's sneak it on there. Let's sneak it in. We don't want any of our tortillas to feel out, you know? We want them all to feel included. All right, still have plenty of stuffing. Of course, like I said, I doubled this, so... Oh my. Okay. So, I'm just going to use my hands. I don't mind getting messy while I cook. We're just going to do like a little thin layer. We could almost roll these, couldn't we? Think they're big enough to do like little ones? Like this? Here, let's just see. I'm going to have to have somewhere to roll them though. Here. They're like little mini ones. They're kind of cute. Dad won't mind. Did you put too much stuffing in yours to roll it?
Probably.
Okay. They're so cute. Look at how cute those are. Oh my gosh. There we go. What I love about this recipe for the grain-free tortillas is that you can roll them. And a lot of the almond flour ones that you'll find out there and coconut flour ones, you cannot roll them. They will crack. That's why I love this recipe so much. It allows somebody who has some dietary restrictions to still be able to enjoy a good burrito. Did you get it? Is it looking good? Oh yeah, look at you.
Better
Doing
than
good.
they usually are.
Yeah. Well, you got to practice. I wasn't good at this either when I started, remember? Well, you probably don't remember.
Of course I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember. You only remember your mom being a good cook, right? Because
Yes.
I think I always cooked from scratch ever since you were born, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I need my sauce.
Brie, on the other hand, yeah, no. I was still doing processed foods because I didn't know any better, guys, so. Everybody has their own journey. But it is possible to learn how to cook all the way from scratch. From hamburger helper to scratch is possible. I am proof of that. I think my passion for cooking has come from wanting to provide the healthiest food I possibly can for my family and save money because it is cheaper to cook from scratch. But it wasn't ever something that I saw myself doing because I didn't ever see myself wanting to stay home with my kids. So and then they were born and they were just so cute. I couldn't help it.
You never wanted to have kids.
I never wanted to have kids. Here we are. Baby number 6 coming. My heart changed, Nevaeh. You were just such an angel.
Yeah, right.
Oh my. Alright, so I'm just filling and rolling. Do you think we're going to be able to fit these last 3 in here? I have to like squish them in. 1.
How about we just do
Oh yeah.
something like...
No, I think we got it. I think we got it. Oh, you're going to... Okay. So we just have 2 left. And one of them's kind of a smaller one. And I think we're going to still have leftover stuffing, guys. Even stuffing these guys up nice and big and rolling them. Plenty of stuffing. There. You want me to do the last one? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, hey, I gotta check on them.
You're out of here.
I don't know.
Thanks for your help, Nevaeh.
Yeah.
Nevaeh's learning to knit this. She's teaching herself how to knit this week, so she's pretty excited about that. With the needles and everything, she was making stuff on the looms, and then she decided to ask for knitting needles for Christmas, so that's what she got. Okay, so we've got the burritos all layered in here. Like I said, if you're going to do store-bought, you probably won't have leftover chicken, okay? And this really isn't that much. You could probably do 3 more tortillas and it would fill it up. So that mixture, I'm going to say, so this is 11, 10, 21. If they're little 8-inch tortillas, you're looking at probably 24 tortillas it will fill if you double the recipe. So 12 if you don't. And if you're going to use big ones, it's probably just right at doing probably 10 to 12 regular size tortillas if I had to guess. All right, I'm going to dump some more sauce on these. And if I have extra sauce, I'm going to grab out that other pan and really smother them because I love smothered burritos, enchiladas, whatever. I love the extra sauce. Oh, this smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. Okay, I have extra sauce. I'm going to pull out the other pan, but you guys can see how delicious that looks. This is totally grain-free, you guys. Gluten-free tortillas. Chicken enchilada recipe. My daughter used to be gluten intolerant before we did our gut healing. And man, I wish I would have had a recipe for grain-free tortillas back then. Okay, so I'm gonna like bring this one out and I'm just gonna smother it good. We're gonna smother it good, guys. I was a little bit skimping on the sauce on this one because I wanted to make sure I had enough. There's like plenty of sauce, guys, in that recipe. So I bet if you got 12 store-bought tortillas, follow the directions that we just went over to a T. You'd have enough stuffing and you'd have enough sauce. Ooh, this is hot. Forgot that was hot. To do 12 full tortillas. But you guys can just see, I mean, that's just delicious. Thick and creamy. All right. And these are gonna bake for 20 minutes and then they're done. And I'm actually going to probably make up some more because look at, I've got leftover tortillas, guys. I'll show you how many I got. See them all back in that Dutch oven? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 13 extra tortillas. So I will probably make some more of this meal, maybe throw it into the freezer or use those tortillas tomorrow morning for breakfast. But I mean, you guys can see the timer right now on our live is 31 minutes. So this is a 30-minute meal other than baking, 30 minutes of prep. And basically, if your tortillas are already done, totally a 30-minute thing. You could have make the tortillas on the weekend. And then during the week after you get off work, come home and put this together, throw it into the oven, and in 20 minutes your meal is done. And it's nutrient dense, power packed, amazing meal for your family, and I'm hoping it's gonna be delicious. If the sauce is any indicator, it's gonna be delicious. So back to the sauce. If you guys are low carb or no starch, you can't have cassava or you can't do cornstarch. Another option would be to melt the butter, add the taco seasoning, add the chicken broth, add the cheese and the sour cream and the green chilies that we just went over. And then last, you could thicken it using shredded cheese. So if I had to guess, probably around 2 to 3 cups of cheddar cheese would thicken the sauce just fine without a thickener. So if that's something that you're concerned about, you could totally omit the thickener and swap it out for 2 to 3 cups of cheddar cheese and just add it last while you're making your sauce, and it should thicken up just fine. There's still a little bit of sauce in here. I could have poured it more, but man, those enchiladas are already sopping in the sauce. So that's all there is to it, guys. And like I said, the recipes for all of the tortillas are up here on the channel. I believe I have sprouted tortillas up here on the channel. I think I have sourdough tortillas up here on the channel. I know I have grain-free, the grain-free recipe up here on the channel. But also, if you bought a cookbook, it's in the cookbook underneath the bread section. Okay, I still do have cookbooks available, so if you want one, the email is down below. You just email me. It's kind of old-fashioned. You get me a payment, and I mail it to you. There is a recipe also in the main meal section of the cookbook that is my enchilada recipe. It's really, really good. It's similar to this one, but just different. Both of them are good recipes. And then, of course, the taco seasoning is also in here underneath seasonings. So there's just a ton of recipes that we're going to be using a lot in here. So if you haven't purchased one yet, like I said, my email is down below. Shoot me an email. They're $32. That includes shipping. Has over 230 recipes, all from scratch. So anyway, that's that. And like I said, I will be putting out a video soon with the next couple of days talking about my first trimester and kind of all the things I've gone through and learned, and also the plan with the channel. But don't worry, we are going to still have live cooking classes. It's just the videos in between will look a little bit different. So anyway, yeah, I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, this is going to bake for 20 to 25 minutes. I missed comments. Hang on a second, guys. Hey, Carl, you missed it. I'm pregnant, in case you missed the announcement. Jackie says I was okay, but 2 of my neighbors had flood. Oh, due to fire sprinklers broken in the pipes from 3 days of Arctic. Oh, man. Yeah, because Jackie, you're in Georgia, right? 50s tomorrow and 69s by the weekend. It's supposed to warm up here as well. Hey, Sharon. Power is out. Still in Portland, huh? All right, you guys. Thank you so much for jumping on. Rhonda, that's amazing that you made a live. That was awesome. You actually made my night. I always see the comments afterwards, but it's awesome to have you here. Thank you, Daniel. Or, sorry, Carl. Daniel. Thank you, Carl. All right, you guys. You guys have a great night. Don't be afraid to try this recipe. It's amazing. We'll leave the original recipe linked down in the description box below here in just a few minutes. So just in case you guys couldn't write down the ingredients, you guys can click on it and make it for your family, all right? All right, you guys have a great night. I'll see you guys next week.